So they say AC congruent to CD or equal to CD. So AC congruent to CD. So I use those two tick marks to show that they have the same length. The angle EBC. So follow three letters angle. Start from E to B to C. So they say this angle 45. So first you need to kind of mark or just write everything that they give it to you. And the angle ACD 104. What is the angle X? So I'm gonna use the mark right here. What's the angle X? So let's say the triangle. Let's start with the triangle ACD. So we know the angle C. We know the angle C is 104. What's going on? 104 degree. And also CD equal to CA congruent. That means this is what we call isosceles triangle. So therefore the angle A and angle D equal to 180 minus 104 divided by 2. Because those two angles need to be the same. Those two angles need to be the same. Okay, so those two angles need to have the same angle. So 180 minus 104 is 76. Divided by 2 is 38. So that angle is 38 degree. So I'm going to write down 38 in here. And this I have 38 degrees in there. So now I can get this angle's E on the inside. Okay, then angle B, E, D equal to 180 minus 45 plus 38. That is 180 minus, these two combined is 83. So that's going to give me 97 degree. So this is 97 degree. So since the angle B, E, D plus the angle X equal to 180 degree because they on a straight line. So then the angle X equal to 180 minus angle B, E, D, which is 180 minus 97 degree, so it's 80 degree. So X equal to 83. Right, question number 2. So here we have two triangle EFG and JKL are congruent. I mean, they have exactly the same size. So I'm just going to sketch it. It don't have to be perfect. It's just scrap work. So I'm going to write down E, F, G. So now make sure you keep them in order. The first letters E will match up with letter J. And F will go with the letter K. And G go with letter L. So you must keep them in order because based on the definitions, you have to keep them in order. Then we know which angle congruent to which angle. And they also says right here as well. Okay. So the angle E is 45. So now we have angle E 45 and angle F is 20. What is the measure of an angle J? Wow, that's easy. So that's 45 because angle E congruent with angle J. by just the order of it. All right, make sure you read the questions. So now they say the angle SQX is 45, 48 degree. So SQX. So this is 48. And the angle SXQ 86. SWU. This one is 85. VTU is 162. And they want to know the angle TUR. So let's name that angle X. Here we go. So now we know that they use a different marker. So since this the angle so make sure you follow the three letter angles. The angles is the letters in the middle. So now I need to find the angle X. So think about the triangle RTU. RTU. So if we know the angle R, so that will be the goal. Okay, is to find the angle TRU. Then we're gonna subtract 180 to the angle 18 and the angle TRU. So that's the goal. So now what is the angle STU? Um, you're gonna take 180 minus 162. Why you minus? Why you taking 180? You minus 162 is equal to 18 because on a straight line. Because on a straight line. So you know that angle is 18 degree. So now that angle is 18. So well, let's start with the triangle QSX. So the angle S in the triangle QSX equal to 180 minus 48 plus 86 equal to 180 minus that's going to be 134, so that's going to be a 46 degree. So I'm going to write this on my diagram. Angle S is 46. So the purple is what was given. The red angle are the angles that I found, okay, by solving some of the angle relationship between the triangle. So now we need to find the angle RWS. It's going to be 180 minus 85. Why is that? Because on the straight line. So that's going to be 95. So this angle is 95. So now we can find, so now in triangle RWS, the angle R is 180 minus 95 plus 46. That is equal to 180 minus 141. So that's gonna give me 39 degree. So that angle R is 39. So now we're gonna use the triangle RTU. So the angle X is gonna be equal to 180 minus 18 plus 39. So that's 180 minus 57. I'm doing the calculation in my head. So that's going to be 123 degree. So that is the answer for the angle X. So we need to find the angle X. So make sure that you know the angle X is the angles that are on the outside of this vertical line. That's up that vertical line S. So now if we know this angle on the inside, then we can subtract from 180. So first, let's find these angles now. I'm just going to do using a diagram. This is going to be 180 minus 106. That's going to get me 74. So then this angle now is 180 minus 23 plus 74. That's going to be 180 minus 97, which is a 83. Again, I'm doing the math in my head, so sometimes, it happens. So the angle X is 180 minus 83. That's is 97 degree. So we're using the two theorems here. The sum of the angle in a triangle. They must add up to 180. And number two, straight lines. The two angle on a straight line. So that must also sum to 180 degree. Again, it's on the straight line. They need to be complement. So we have line M parallel to line N. What is the angle W? So seeing those two parallel, those two angles needs to be the same. We call corresponding angle. So if you want to know the relationship, we call corresponding angle. So now given triangle ABC, you have AB, the length AB congruent to the length AC. What the angle ABC, ABC 67 degree. What is the angle X? So since we have AB equal to CD, the two sides have the same length. This is isosceles triangle. So this angle is also 67 degree. So the angle X is 180 minus 67 plus 67. So that is 180 minus these two combined, 134. So be 46. That's a B. So we have a diagram as above. Now we have the length NP congruent or equal to QP. So again, when geometry we say equal mean congruent. Today is very much the same thing. So NP, this length congruent with PQ, and MP, this one congruent with PR. What is the angle QMR? So QMR, so they want this angle X. All right. So now since this is exactly the same, so I'm going to use a different colors to indicate um, that the angles or uh, the measure of the angle that I found. So this gonna give me 120. So again, if you have a straight line, it's always add up to 180. So let's say this angle number one, angle number two, then this angle number one plus angle number two always add up to 180. So we have that's an angle P on the inside is 120 degree. So now this since they isosceles, so now we have triangle PMR is an isosceles. It's an isosceles, meaning you have a triangle with two sides exactly the same. We have two angles exactly the same. So in this case, you have an angle P and angle R exactly the same. So an angle M congruent with the angle R. So, but and then the entire triangle's angle add up to 180. So then we have an angle P plus, so this is in a triangle MPR, an angle P plus angle R plus angle M equal to 180. And now we know M and R exactly the same. M and R, this is exactly the same, so we're going to have 2x here. And then angle P is 120 equal to 180. So again, because of this angle, R is x, and angle M is also x. So that's how we get 2x. So then we have 2x equal to 60, then x equal to 30 degrees. So make sure that you understand whenever they say they put this in order for a reason. So whenever you have the two triangles that are similar, the length of each of the side are proportional, but the angle are the same. So again, whenever you have the figure similar, there's two things. The length, okay, the three lengths, whatever the figure are, the length are proportional, but the angle are congruent. So we have, based on the order of the letters of by an angle, we have this triangle congruent. So here they say P corresponding to S. And if Q is 18, so this is 18, we know this 90 because of this square box. And so this is going to be, so the angle P, P going to be 180 minus 18 plus 90. So that is 180 minus 108. So that is 72. So the angle P is 72 degree. So angle S is 72 degree because of this right here. So we have this diagram where we know that like P is parallel to like R. So they give us a lot of information there. And they both intersected by line S. If y equal to, so this is 2x plus 8. What is the values of x? Okay, so now this two angle, we call, um, so when they on the opposite side of the line S, so what I mean is we call alternate. Okay, we have an angle y plus 58 equal to 180. So they will be complementary. So they must add up to 180. So I'm going to replace the angle y with 2x plus 8. So that is y plus 58 equal to 180. I'm going to combine this two. I got 56. Bring down the 2x. I'm going to minus 2x, I mean minus 56 from 180. I'm gonna get what's that, 124, and then I divide it by 2. 124 divided by 2, 62. So x is 62. So now let's label what we know. Y equal to 20 and z equal to 60. So now the y and this angles over here are congruent because L parallel with M. Then X gonna be 180 minus 20 plus 60. So that's gonna be 100 degree. Alright, so again, let's start by label everything that they were given to us. So we have the length AB is 9. The length BC is 18.5. EF is 8.5. What is the length ED? This is X to the nearest tenth. So we're going to set up proportion equations. So on the left hand equal to the right hand. So we can do 9 over 18.5. So make sure you pair them up. So 9 is a little length, and you have to be paired up with 8.5, that little one, over x. And now we're going to cross multiply and divide it. So in one quick step, s going to be 8.5 multiply 18.5. Then you divide by 9. So let's see. So this about 17 something. So this 17.5. With a calculator, I believe, yeah, this because you cancel this was that. So thinking about you cancel 8.5 with 9 because they estimate equal to 9, and then it's going to be about 17 something. So, so make sure you read the questions, then draw the triangle ABC. So they say the angle B is 90. So I put a little square box here, and then I label the angle B first. And this is going to be angle A, and this is going to be an angle C. BD is altitude. Altitude means you're going to draw the line that straight perpendicular, make it 90 degree to the bottom lane AC. Now let's label the lane AB 15. The lane AC is 23 greater than the lane AB. So AC is 23 greater, mean 23 plus 15. That's going to give me 38. So all the way, I didn't want to write on there because there's two different lengths on there. So A to C, the length is 38. So that's what we know. And then now we need to find ratio BC over BD. So BC, this length over this length. Okay, so that belong to the triangle BDC. Okay. So now we know no BC over BD. This is D. So we know those both of the length. So all this is kind of belong to the triangle BCD. So let's solve this. So we have triangle BCD similar. They're not congruent. So this is called similar. Similar to triangle. Now be careful with this. So we have an angle D. This angle D in this triangle BCD is 90 degree. So whatever's back here needs to be 90 degree, which is angle B. This needs to be 90 degree. So make sure you pair them up. So that's going to be ACB. Make sure you pair them up by the angle. So now, if they are similar, we can write the ratio. So we would have the length BC over BD. That would be same as the. So now BC, the first two letter, see the first two letter, which is AC, and BD, the first and the last are going to be AB. So AC, we know AC is 38. And we know AB is 15. So the answer is 38 over 15.